So welcome to part 2 of my massive month's worth of merch haul. So yes, in this particular part I will be discussing the various items that I've gotten from Buyee, as well as some of the Zines that I have collected. So also a heads up that any of these Zines that I talk about in this part, you won't be able to purchase these unless you can possibly find these secondhand. Maybe someone just decided to sell it on eBay or something. But unfortunately, these are pre-ordered items, and if you miss pre-orders, then they do have leftover sales. But the leftover sales for these Zines were a long time ago, so unfortunately, you just might have to get lucky if you can scour the internet and maybe someone is selling it secondhand. But yeah, just a heads up in case that anyone asks, oh, where can I purchase this? Unfortunately, these are not going to be able to be purchased anymore. Also, I do apologize for how sped up some of these sections are for the Zines in particular, and that's mostly because I pretty much flipped through every single page of every single Zine, and for one in particular, it took me about 4 minutes to flip through it because it was, quite a thick Zine overall, and I do of course, showing off all the artwork that's in it. So yeah, and this is where my poor planning kind of bites me in the ass a little bit, so I'm gonna have to do maybe a little bit of talking in some sections, so the audio, I might sound a little bit different. Just to kind of fill that space, so, that's what I'm gonna have to do, unfortunately, because even though I sped up some parts of this section, really quickly, there was still some room, with me just not talking at all. And yeah, so that's just about it for this section of the video. I feel like this is where it's a little bit of a mess. And if you haven't watched part 1, I recommend doing so, just to see, some of the other merch I collected, again, from independent artists and such, and as well as some other items. And also I do give a little update in there about what my plans are for the rest of July. So yes, without further ado, let us get into this second half of this just massive merch haul. So now we're going to be moving on to merch from Buyee. So there was quite a lot I picked up from the past couple of months, and since then I've kind of slowed down on there a little bit because budgeting again, for figures. So, I was glad to be able to, at least at the time, pick up some nice cute little merch items to add to my collection. So I have things from plushies to art books to postcards. So I'll get into that right now. So we're starting off with the stuff I picked up from Buyee with these little guys right here, and these are supposed to be Capcorum, I think that's how you pronounce it, but these are essentially Capcom characters turned into Zooms, and I had to pick up, of course, my favorites of the bunch, so I'll start off with them one by one. We're of course starting off with Blues or Proto Man, my beloved, my first beloved of the bunch. I actually picked this up quite a long time ago, but I thought I'd just include him with the group so he isn't left out. But yeah, very nice and soft overall. They do have different materials, his shield is made of a much sturdier sort of felt, but oh my god, he's absolutely adorable and chubby, and yeah, so yeah, this one I picked up a while ago, but again, I thought I'd include him for this little group of characters. The next one I have right here, looking adorably menacing, it is Base.exe from the Battle Network series, Mega Man Battle Network, and he's definitely one of my favorites, so I had to pick him up. He looks so freaking cute, and yeah, he's got his little cape. He does have a little bit of detail on his back, and oh my god, I wish they would make a regular base. I'm surprised they haven't made base classic, so I can put these two together because they would look so cute and so angry, and yeah, so yeah, I had to pick him up because again, he's one of my favorites. And pretty much the main reason why I wanted to pick up, also the Base.exe Capricorn is freaking Waka from Okami got one of these. So this is probably their most recent ones, and when I saw him, I saw actually someone on Instagram who also likes Okami sharing stuff on their Instagram, and when they showed that, oh my god, Waka is getting a little plush, I'm like, where can I get him? When can I get him? Because I freaking love Waka. So yeah, I managed to find him. I did have to wait a while to actually buy him because he wasn't officially out yet. So, you know, I kept searching on Buyee pretty much like every day, and then eventually, you know, I found one for like a reasonable price, but he is absolutely freaking adorable. I love, you know, the fact that they have his hat, his little, feathery, I don't know what you call him. I don't know, the sort of fabric to his hat. He does have his sword on the side, and yeah, it is pretty, it is pretty Waka accurate. I guess the one complaint I have about this one is that they don't have Pillow Talk, his flute saber, if you know what I mean. Surprisingly, they didn't add that, because that's definitely like, you know, like kind of an integral, not really integral, but it's like kind of like an important accessory towards Waka, so I'm kind of surprised they didn't add that, but yeah, he is still overall very cute. They did have Oki, but I did not end up picking up Oki because I just don't have much of an attachment to Oki as I do Waka. Plus I have like a vendetta against Oki for getting so much more merch than Waka, so like, it's a Waka fan right here. I'm sorry to all the Oki fans, but yeah. Overall, this set of characters are absolutely adorable. Like, I can just, like, literally freaking stack them up like a totem pole, and so yeah, very nice plushies that I picked up. I'm hoping to get more, hopefully some more sort of Capcom characters I like get turned into these, because, yeah, I definitely like to pick them up in the future. After that, we have some 10 count merch. So, at this point in time, I have actually read and completed 10 count, so I just kind of decided to look at some merch of this series and, you know, pick some small items up. So the first one we have right here is the Shirotani and Kurose little rubber charms, and they're holding penguins, and penguins are one of my, you know, probably my favorite animal. So, like, I had to pick this up, and they look absolutely adorable just holding these penguins. And after that, the last item I picked up are these two acrylic charms of both of the characters in jars, and I think that they both look absolutely adorable. So yeah, you know, inexpensive overall from the person I got them from. And yeah, so I'm very happy to have these very cute matching acrylic charms. So now I'm going to actually be talking about a series that I kind of got a little bit into quite a while back, and I'll quickly show up the manga that I actually have for the series. So yes, right here I currently have all 4 volumes in English of The Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting. So this is a manga slash anime series that I got into. I was watching some clips on YouTube of some like dubbed anime, and this is the one that came up, and I decided to watch this series, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it dubbed. I thought it was funny. I really liked the voice acting, and you know, just the overall story. It's essentially about like the main male character right here, Toru Kirishima, who has to take care of the Yakuza boss's daughter, Yaika, and just kind of how they sort of learn from each other as, you know, the story goes on. And, you know, it does have like, you know, some serious moments regarding like Yaika and like her mother and like the situation her mother's in right now. So yes, I also feel like I got into this series because of my man Toru Kirishima. The voice actor did a fantastic job with voicing him. He's so handsome. Oh my god, I love him so much. Best boy, for me at least. So yes, that just kind of spiraled me to just like kind of buy stuff from the series, so I'll show them off right now. So yes, I'm gonna do my best to kind of show these off, but first I got 2 postcards from the series. I'm not too sure if this might be closer to the manga art style, if I'm not mistaken. There's some stuff that I have that's more towards like the anime art style, but there's some stuff towards the manga art style. But yes, I have these 2 of Yaika and Toru. They're very nice artwork overall. Yeah, I really love both of their character designs. I don't know, Yaika's like red hair and red eyes, and then Toru's like gorgeous blue hair. I love it so much. So yes. Unfortunately, there were some like 2 other postcards I got, but I shouldn't say I got, but like I ordered them, but I guess they maybe sold them to someone else and they got canceled, which I'm fine with. I'm just, you know, overall happy with these 2 postcards. So the next thing I actually picked up are these posters. Now, I feel like these were probably like a sort of like magazine that the person just took out, but I picked them up anyway. So these are definitely closer to the anime art style. but it's of course again of Toru and Yaika, and yeah, these are just like super cute overall. Like, oh my god. And yeah, the other thing I like about Toru is he's got like, you know, some like fangs, and it's just sexy as hell. Oh my god, I love this man. But yeah, art style, very nice. Like the printing on this is very nice. There's also some stuff on the back. One of them has Tokyo Revengers, and the other one has, of course, Devil's a Part-Timer Season 2. Speaking of Devil's a Part-Timer, I watched the first season, enjoyed it, haven't watched the second, but yeah, I mainly just picked these up, of course, for Toru and Yaika. So yes, very nice posters overall. So the second to last things I have from this series are some clear files. So we have this first cute one right here of Toru and Yaika looking like they just came back from a heist, and I love the outfits in this one. Yaika looks absolutely adorable, and she's like even mischievous with her tongue sticking out. And again, Toru, my man, looking fine as hell. So yes, this one is very like elegant. I do like the roses that they used on this and just like the colors. Yeah, very gorgeous overall for this one. And the second one I have right here is just, again, Toru and Yaika going out. They just got some food and, you know, very casual wear overall. Oh my god, they look so cute together. And yeah, so very happy to have some nice clear files to my clear file collection. And yeah, kind of bright a little bit, but the last thing I have is actually a wall scroll that I picked up. Of course it's of Toru, why wouldn't I? And I really like the outfit that he has and just the way he was drawn in this. I'll show some b-roll of it, of course. This was a pain in the butt to kind of roll back up and put it in the back of the plastic. But yes, I really love this wall scroll. I thought it was going to be maybe a little bit bigger, but yeah, I'm perfectly fine with it. So yeah, very nice, like, extra wall scroll that I can hopefully, you know, display in the future of pretty much my husbando. This is my husbando for the series, if y'all couldn't tell. So yeah, that was pretty much my small sort of series obsession for a little bit, but I am happy with the merch that I picked up from it. So now I'm going to be moving on to some items I got from Pixiv booth, but I ended up using Buyee, of course, to buy these items because, you know, you do kind of need a proxy service for that. And this right here I have is the Brilliante Pokemon Scarlet and Violet fashion book. So this has a couple of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet characters in different outfits inspired by some of the Pokemon that they have. And yeah, really like the art style, and you know, they did include also some other little sketches as well in there. Oh my god, this is definitely a very nice sort of art book. My favorites definitely have to be Rika, Grusha. Again, Grusha is a long-haired boy. Rika is just beautiful. I love her so much. Oh my god, she's definitely very pretty. But yeah, I do like the designs of the outfits that they make overall for this. So yeah, very gorgeous. This also did come with some clear file bookmarks, I believe, that I'm not gonna, like, you know, remove them from their spot and just use them as bookmarks. And then I also have a clear file that this came with, so yeah. Very nice, I'd say, pickup overall. Very nice little Pokemon illustration book. So now also moving on to another item I picked up from Pixiv booth. This is the Land of the Lustrous Sagara, an official fan book. So this is, you know, Flesh, Bone, and Soul. So this is an art book made in collaboration with like 3 artists, and they basically, one of them drew the Admirabilis, one of them drew the Lustrous, and the other drew the Lunarians. So it's a very thin sort of art book, but it does have some of their artwork in it. There's also this kind of weird little pamphlet in it. I don't know what it is exactly, but, you know, I'll show some footage of that. And yeah, the artwork in this is very beautiful. For the most part, I'd say 2 of them do their work digitally, and I saw one of them do their work with watercolor, which is absolutely fantastic. Watercolor is such a beautiful medium, and yeah, the art styles in these are gorgeous. So yeah, very nice overall, and this also came with another little bonus that I wasn't expecting. And the last thing that I have here that I'll probably keep like this is a art print of Foss. This is done by the artist Misoka. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it like this, and I don't know if they maybe made like one of like the Lunarians, one of the Admirabilis as well, and you got a random sort of art print, but yeah, this is very nice though overall, very nice surprise to this package. So next up right here, we have the Girls from Hell art book. So, you know, I saw my ethos are doing, I guess, this line of figures by this artist, and yeah, so Viola is the first in the line. She's very gorgeous. I do like her look overall. And this just has like artwork of the other girls in the series, as well as some sketches and concepts and all that. Yeah, I really like the character designs in this, and I'm interested to see how some of these will look. Some of these kind of do have like basic poses, so I'm curious what the artist will like pose them in, so the figure is a little bit more appealing. But yeah, really love this overall. It's very nice. This was roughly, I believe, 3,000 yen, maybe. You know, usually sometimes art books go for like 1,000 or less, I mean, if they're like this thin, but I guess because it came with a clear file and a couple of other things, and maybe this is kind of hard to find, that it was a little bit more expensive. But yeah, overall, really like this small art book. So next up, I have this line of Doujin right here, and this is illustrated by the artist 40 Hara, and they do artwork of, you know, for some other original characters, but they also do small little comics and drawings of their cat as a cute little anime girl, hence the name My Cat is a Kawaii Girl. So I really love his art style. I really love the way he draws his cat as a cute anime girl. Yeah, absolutely adorable. So there's a couple of like little small comics in these, I believe, and yeah, and also some small drawings of her and just the little shenanigans she gets into, but it's absolutely adorable. So yeah, very nice little, you know, art books overall. So of course, you know, I'll try and go through these one by one. We have the first one in the series. I'm not too sure when these release. I feel like they might be like a yearly sort of thing, but yeah. First one in the series, very cute cover overall. The next one, which is actually the artwork for the little Kineko figure I have sitting right there by Hobby Sakura, I believe, but yeah, also super duper cute. The third volume right here with the creator himself with Kineko on this chair, very adorable. So yeah, I really love yeah, she's very cute overall. Like, a lot of personality in this, and, you know, he does, you know, takes pictures of his cat, and he shows, like, sort of the reference for some of her different poses and such, which I think is very cute. Yeah, and also, gorgeous cat overall. I'm a cat person, and, yeah, she is absolutely gorgeous. I love the color of her fur. But yeah, and as an anime girl, she's absolutely precious. And then, you know, I also have the fourth volume, and yeah, this is the most recent one that came out, and yeah, very cute. She's got this very large sweater just yawning, so cute. So yeah, I would like to collect pretty much like these like yearly. I did find these off of Buyee. Not too sure about the prices. I feel like maybe they were like 1,000 yen or over, but yeah. Very nice that these are colored as well, so yeah, very gorgeous art style, and I'm looking forward to picking up more Kineko stuff in the future. So hopefully these are the last of my Buyee items that I have. So we have here the Sakiyamama Bunnies original Bunny Girl illustration book, of course by the legendary Sakiyamama, and I really love the art style that they go for. Very colorful, very vibrant, very detailed, and yeah, I picked these up because I'm a Sakiyamama simp, and yeah, art style is gorgeous overall. This has various artwork of the various bunny girls they've drawn, and some of them have like alternate like artworks, like with some pieces of clothing like removed. I mean, it's not safe for work, but you know, it's interesting to see like, you know, different versions of these bunnies, and whether Binding or Otherware, who are doing some of other Sakiyamama illustrations into bunnies, which art style that they'd go for, or which, character design they'll go for. And yeah, very nice overall. I do like seeing some of these bunnies. And I believe also, there's quite a bit dedicated to Caroline Yuri in this, and I do feel like looking at the artwork here that some of it isn't actually in the figure, which I think is interesting. So yeah, her design in terms of like the bunny suit has changed over time. So yeah, I have one, and of course I have number 2, and yeah, just very nice artwork overall. Excited to see some of these girls get turned into bunnies in the future. And what's also nice is he does have like the making of some of his artwork, which I think is fantastic. I like it when illustrators include that with their work, just to get an idea of how they went from point A to point B. So yeah, overall, if you're a big Sakiyamama fan, I actually recommend picking these up. I think art style is gorgeous overall. So yeah, very excited to see which of these lovely bunny girls get turned into figures in the future. So now we're moving on to hopefully the final section of this video, which are the various zines or zines that I've collected. And oh boy almighty, they're sitting on my lap right now and they weigh quite a bit, so I'll pull these guys up. Like, my god, that's a lot of art books that I picked up. Some hardcover, some softcover, and I got quite a bit to go through, so let us get started with this massive pile. Also, hopefully as I go through this, I'll probably talk slow through this section to show you guys, of course, all of the merch that was also included with some of these. And yeah, so we'll start off with this one right here. So the first one I have right here is the Conjuring Zine, which is a Seto Suguru sort of focused Zine. So yeah, Geto from Jujutsukaisen. And yeah, this is just a bunch of artwork of him in this Zine, and a couple of also like written stories, like fanfics of sorts. So yeah, the art style in this is very gorgeous. I actually haven't read any of the stories. Again, I see words and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna spend my time reading. But yeah, really nice various artwork of Geto, as well as, of course, there's some Gojo and all other characters in this. The one problem, though, when I picked this up is that they didn't meet certain stretch goals, and unfortunately, I thought there was going to be like a nice, like there was an enamel pin that I really liked, and unfortunately, they didn't meet that stretch goal, so I didn't get it. So yeah, that was unfortunate. I didn't realize until like I actually got it in the mail and I opened it up and I'm like, hey, where's that enamel pin? And they didn't meet the stretch goals, unfortunate. So yeah, definitely before you buy a Zine, if you really want it, then go for it. But if you want certain stretch goals, I'd probably wait a while, just in case, so that you can pick it up with said items. So yeah. I feel like maybe I could have lived without this Zine, because, I did want some of those stretch goals, which was unfortunate. So yeah. But, gorgeous overall artwork and also stories. So yes, I got actually a quick story as I'm editing this video, and I looked at their Twitter, and it turns out they did reach those stretch goals, so I'll pop them up on screen right now. It was supposed to be an enamel pin and a shaker charm, and there was also a like retweet campaign where you get like an extra print if a certain post was liked and retweeted a lot. And unfortunately, I didn't get any of those stretch goals at the end of the day. Maybe they just forgot to pack it in my order or something, but I'm kind of pissed about it, and I feel like I blame myself a little bit for not taking the time to reach out to them to, say, hey, I didn't get these items in my order, like what happened exactly. Also, definitely before pre-orders close for a certain Zine, definitely check if you ordered the one you wanted. Like I ordered the full bundle for this, and I did check, and I did order the full bundle, which also includes stretch goals. So I don't know what the hell happened. I mean, I'll show also the tweets that I came across that did have the enamel pin and shaker charm and also the bonus art print. So yeah, I don't know what the hell happened. I'm kind of pissed that they forgot my items or something and I didn't reach out to them. So yeah, definitely reach out to them as soon as you get your Zine and you realize something is wrong. Don't wait. And hopefully people do reach out, you know, as soon as possible. I feel like they have to, you know, be doing this in a timely manner and taking responsibility for things. So yes, I'm kind of pissed about this, and you know, because I did, you know, shell about 80 USD total for this, which, you know, wasn't cheap. And yeah, so definitely learn from my mistakes, and you know, don't be shy about reaching out to the moderators for certain Zines. So next up we have this very nice sort of spiral bound book. So this is the Gojo dessert book. So this is a sort of cookbook in a way, fanzine. It has a bunch of gorgeous illustrations of Gojo, whether he's baking, whether he's relaxing with some cold drinks and such. And my god, there's a lot of gorgeous artwork by the artist. And they also do have recipes in this, so if you want to cook or bake any of these delicious goods, then you can do that. But yeah, I do like the sort of spiral bound actually for this one. It is quite nice, and the artwork is fantastic. I really love the various styles, the various types of brushes that people used. And yeah, also does have some more sort of fanfics in there. And yeah, so this also of course came with some extra little merch items. So I believe it came with some acrylic charms, which are very nice. One of them is actually sort of a shaker charm, which I do like those. The other ones also include an enamel pin, and I believe there were some like little art cards, and like even like some sort of like postcards that you can actually write recipes down on, but I won't be putting ink to that paper anytime soon. And there's also, I believe, an acrylic standee. Again, I'm going off of the top of my head, but I will be showing off all of the merch that I picked up because I do tend to, with Zines, pick up full bundles. But yes, this is overall a very gorgeous art book. There's a lot of handsome drawings of Gojo in it, and yeah, also it's nice that they include some recipes, so yeah. And you know, because I have a sweet tooth, I felt like I had to pick this up, so yeah, very gorgeous art book overall. And I have to say, of the Zines that I've shown off, this one has to have probably my favorite artwork of the bunch. I think it's mostly because of how the artists all drew the sweets and, you know, what techniques they used. But yeah, overall, I'm absolutely in love with this Gojo themed design. So next up, we have this Chainsaw Man fanzine, and this is the Chainsaw Man Bonds and Chains fanzine. So this just has artwork of, you know, pretty much like all the characters for the most part in the first part of Chainsaw Man, and it does have at the end Asa and the War Devil from part 2, but there's not a lot of artwork of that because this just focuses on part 1. But yeah, I was very much looking forward to this because I wanted a sort of Chainsaw Man Zine with like all the characters for the most part in here. And yeah, there was also a lot of merch and a lot of stretch goals that they had for this Zine, which I believe they made all the stretch goals. I'm not too sure. Very gorgeous artwork. There are some artists I recognize in here like Paprika and Milkiness. And yeah, overall, very gorgeous different art styles for the characters in this. And you know, it also does include some, of course, written fanfics as well. So yeah, I'll quickly, of course, show the merch up on the screen, but I'll read through it. I actually had to pull it up because there's a lot to this. So I think I got the sort of special bundle, which I believe was kind of like limited to a certain amount of orders. So that came, of course, with the Zine itself, one linked enamel pin set, one charm, one washi tape, 5 tarot cards, 4 Polaroids, 2 sticker sheets, 2 die-cut sticker sheets, 1 notepad, 1 little Pochita sort of coin little purse, which is absolutely adorable and very nice quality, and a PDF version of the Zine with 6 emotes. So yes, basically I got that special bundle because it's the only one that comes with the little Pochita plush. So yeah, definitely a lot of items for this, and I feel like, you know, it was pretty nice overall. I'd say it's a good bang for your buck. They also have like an early bird special where you can get a bonus sort of sticker with Denji, Power, and Aki with an omelet, and then there's some other stretch goals with a Beam and Pochita holographic sticker, and an angel and ice cream soft serve magnet, which I do have. But yeah, a lot of items. I feel like it was, you know, obviously it's expensive, but you have to think about sort of the production that goes into these Zines. So overall, I'd say it was a, you know, very nice pickup overall for what I got. A good variety of merch, a good variety of characters in this Zine. So yeah, very gorgeous Chainsaw Man Zine overall. So next up right here, I have actually an Okami Zine. Okami, of course, being one of my favorite games of all time, and I just had to pick this up because it is kind of hard to come across like Okami Zines. So yeah, very gorgeous overall. This is the Celestial Journey Zine. It's a very nice texture on the cover. I really do like, you know, the cover that was chosen. It's very close to the original game. So of course I got the full bundle, and this one I feel like was a little bit on like the less expensive side in terms of Zines, but yeah. So of course there's very gorgeous artwork in here. Of course I really love the ones with Waka in them. I'm a simp, let's face it. And yeah, so yeah, very nice overall. Unfortunately, the first version of this design I got did not come unscathed, and by that I mean there were some like printing issues. Basically, the tops of the pages were kind of stuck together, and I kind of had to like rip them apart, and like I ripped some of the top parts of the design. I don't know if I have any pictures on hand, but it was horrendous. I was a little bit frustrated with it because I'm like, oh, I was waiting for the design for a very long time. There were some delays with this, and yeah, I was frustrated, so I contacted them, and thankfully they had another Zine that they could send my way, and thankfully this one is definitely a lot better. And I actually kind of gave that one away to someone else for free. It was actually when I was selling the Spy X Family line of Nendoroids. I did say, oh, you know, I apologize that, you know, if it's like damaged, and, you know, the person got it, but they said they really loved it, and they really appreciated me just throwing that in as sort of a free item. And yeah, and I also got like 2 of the same sticker sheet, which was a little bit weird. So yeah, it was quite the journey, quite literally, with getting the design. But yeah, so of course going to some of the merch that I got. So the full bundle comes with the A5, which is the size of the design, the digital version of the design, 2 acrylic charms, 2 sticker sheets, 2 A5 prints, 2 bookmarks, and 2 buttons. And they did end up actually meeting their stretch goals, which was very nice. So yeah, talking about also the stretch goals that they had, basically the prints and bookmarks got an upgrade, which means they had some sort of like holographic foil to them. They had some die-cut stickers, and the other one was in Okami standee, which is very big and very nice, and there's like no way for me to display it, so you know, I just keep it in its packaging. And yeah, and then they also had a goal for 200, which was an enamel pin that also glows in the dark, which I think is very nice. So overall, I'm very happy with this design. I really like the merch they came with, and the artwork, and this is gorgeous. So I definitely like to see more Okami Zines in the future. So the next item I have right here is actually a Fire Emblem dragon focused design. So as much as I do like Fire Emblem, I just, you know, don't really collect too many Zines, but this one was an exception just for all of the items that it came with. And this is of course the Manakate Millennium Zine, focusing on the various different dragons throughout the Fire Emblem series. So yes, very gorgeous art book overall, very, very thick, has quite a lot of pages to it. Cover, very nice overall, and the texture is kind of like watercolor paper, if anyone knows how that feels. But yes, various gorgeous artworks of the various dragon characters throughout Fire Emblem, and it does have, of course, some stories in it. And this one did meet pretty much like all of its stretch goals, and I will be talking about, of course, the merch. I picked up the full bundle, which is called Goldoa Pride, which includes an add-on standee, a notepad, a hollow foil clear tape, 2 art prints, 4 stickers, a Grima acrylic charm, all the digital items, a copy of the Zine itself, and all of the stretch goals that they've made. And moving on to said stretch goal, which they did meet, which includes a mer button, The holofoil tape got upgraded to 10 feet long. A Ninian and Nails pencil case, which is very nice. All of the icons that they made, I guess, for their digital merch became buttons, and a Mila and Duma enamel pin, which is very nice. Also, they kind of had like a sort of share campaign thing, which if you shared or liked a certain tweet, they also add another item, which is an Askar and Embla's divorce selfie magnet, which is absolutely hilarious. But yeah, a lot of merch with this. Very nice quality merch overall and a good variety, and yeah, very gorgeous Fire Emblem Dragon art book overall. So yeah, I'm overall happy with my purchase, and you know, I do really like Fire Emblem, but again, I really only play Heroes because I just don't have the time to play the mainline games. And yeah, there's actually another Fire Emblem Zine that actually went up for pre-order. I won't spoil what it is, but I am thinking of picking it up in, you know, the distant future. Thankfully I have plenty of time to have some extra money for that, so I'm excited to pick that up. And of course I'll be showing that in a future video, but yeah. I picked this one because, you know, I do like the dragons in Fire Emblem. They all got cool designs, they're very distinct from game to game. And yeah, I was also lucky enough to get the Dragonstone resin sort of magnet. I think it was only given out in limited quantities. It was like first come first serve essentially, which is, yeah, this gorgeous one right here. My lighting kind of bugs out with it a little bit, but yeah, overall, again, a fantastic Fire Emblem Dragon themed design. So right here we have actually a Pokemon Zine. This is the Pokenoms Pokemon recipe / cookbook inspired Zine. This is absolutely gorgeous. I really love it. It is hardcover, which is like that extra little bit of quality. And yeah, so once again, as I've said with all these Zines, gorgeous artwork overall. And, you know, it's just a bunch of, like, Pokemon or also Pokemon trainers, you know, cooking, eating, and it's very nice overall. And this, of course, includes some recipes on how to make some of these goodies. Some of them are baked to look like some of the Pokemon. And yeah, it's super duper nice overall. Very nice quality, very large also, I should say. And this one, of course, I got the full bundle, which is the Pokenoms Buffet, which I think is the top tier bundle, which includes a physical copy of the Zine, 4 vinyl stickers, 1 recipe card, 1 mini print, 1 memo pad, 1 acrylic charm, 1 washi tape, and all of the digital goods. Moving on to, of course, the stretch goals for this. So one of them was an Eevee and Pokemon Shaker Charm, which is absolutely adorable. At 150 orders, it also had an enamel pin, which is very cute. And for 200 orders, the book actually got upgraded to the hardcover, which it is right now, which is, again, super duper quality. And yeah, really love this design overall for, of course, the recipes and the artwork. And yeah, very nice Pokemon design overall. So yes, now we're moving on to another Pokemon Zine, which is the Winds of Hoenn Pokemon Fan Zine. Oh my god, this is a very nice quality art book. Gen 3 I do like. It's probably not my favorite Zine, but just seeing just the quality in this, I decided to pick it up. My god, there's a lot to it. So I ended up picking up the deluxe version, which was, you know, more on the expensive side, but, you know, it also came with a whole bunch of various nice items. That overall includes some art prints, some wooden charms, some die-cut stickers, a sticker sheet, and some fan-made Pokemon card packs, which are very nice overall. So yeah, the stretch goals also for this one included a mini Zine featuring Latios and Latias, which is absolutely adorable. Their art prints ended up getting upgraded to holographic, and another stretch goal is actually an additional art print, so yeah. So yes, this art book mostly focuses on the Hoenn region, of course, and again, what can I say about the art style is that it's just very fantastic overall. And yeah, it goes through the, you know, various different locations, and they do actually have like descriptions right now for them, so it's a very sort of in-depth Zine about the Hoenn region, which I think is very nice. Yeah, so this was actually, it says on the back, it was compiled from January to October of 2022, so yeah, definitely a lot of work went to the design, and it definitely shows, and it's absolutely, absolutely fantastic. So yes, overall, fantastic design, very nice quality, and another beautiful design to add to my collection. So yes, this is the design that took me 4 minutes to flip through, and yeah, it was definitely a very big design, but you can definitely see the overall quality and dedication put into it. And Hoenn really isn't my favorite region in Pokemon. That would probably have to go to Sinnoh, but I want to support the design for the overall quality, and I believe the money that they earned went to charity. So yeah, you don't have to buy any full bundles if you want to help. You know, any little bit helps donate to a very nice cause. So yeah, and I believe they did earn quite a, you know, large sum of money that they donate. So yeah, always nice to be able to make and sell artwork and, you know, donate to a great cause overall. So next up right here we have a witchhatatelier fanzine, and this is the witchhatatelier 5 season Zine Hemisphere. So I'm a big witchhatatelier fan, so I decided to pick these up because, yeah, very gorgeous. You know, I saw it, and this actually came all the way from Asia, I believe, and I think it might have been Indonesia, I might be wrong. So the design itself, I feel like with its additional like merch items was, you know, inexpensive. The shipping on this though was no joke. I think it was like 40 USD to ship, which was very expensive. So, and I actually forgot that I ordered this, and I was like, oh my god, I actually paid money for it. But yeah, I really love, you know, witchhatatelier. I would like a sort of collection of the series. So, you know, I want to pick up this Zine for even, you know, how expensive it was. But yeah, once again, this goes through the various seasons, and you know, they kind of split it up by season in this Zine, and it also has some stories as well. Once again, gorgeous artwork. The ones with Belderuit are my favorite. But yeah, very nice and big Zine. The pages also feel like they have like an interesting texture to them, and I feel like maybe it's just me, or maybe it's in the light. It's a little bit shimmery, which is nice, but yeah. So unfortunately, this design didn't actually meet any of its stretch goals, and I think the shipping was definitely one of the big reasons why, you know, no one wanted to kind of invest in this sign. But some of the stretch goals, they had 3 at the time, which were glitter bookmarks, starhook clasps for the wooden charms that they had, and an embossed gold foil Zine. So yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that they didn't meet the stretch goals. But yeah, so yeah, the full bundle was about 50 USD, which again, you know, I feel like for Zine is like, you know, not as expensive as some other ones, but the shipping, I think, kind of, you know, killed people's motivation to buy this, especially if you live out of their country. So yes, the Zine itself came with a physical print of the Zine, 1 wooden charm, 1 acrylic charm, 3 buttons, and 5 sticker sheets, each with the different seasons on them. And yeah, I really actually like the buttons. They actually have like an interesting texture to them. It's very different from the classic sort of glossy buttons. And yeah, so, you know, unfortunate that they didn't make the stretch goals, but, you know, I'm happy to have picked up the Zine, you know, for the most part. I mean, again, I wish the shipping wasn't what it was. You know, that kind of scared me off at the beginning, but, you know, I'm kind of happy though to add this to sort of my witchhatatelier collection. So the last one I have right here is another witchhatatelier Zine, which is the Drawing Fate witchhatatelier Tarot Project Zine. So this focuses on the various witchhatatelier characters in tarot cards, and you know, I don't really use tarot at all. I don't really know how to do it, but you know, the artwork gorgeous, and just, you know, the merch also very nice, so I decided to pick it up for my sort of witchhatatelier collection. So of course I got the Major Arcana bundle, which is their full bundle, and this includes a physical tarot card deck, a physical guidebook, a guidebook in PDF format, concept art, the art book itself, and 4 acrylic charms and 1 sticker sheet. So yes, quite a, you know, bit of items, some nice, you know, physical items as well. Some of the stretch goals that they had were that 100 orders would actually unlock a physical art book for, you know, each of the tarot cards that were, you know, in the tarot deck, which I think is very nice if you want to see those in sort of a larger scale, and 150 orders were that the cards had gilded edges, which is, you know, very nice overall. They're like a nice gold coloring. So yeah, overall, I really love this design, and I love how the various characters were interpreted into tarot cards. And it's also nice that included a, you know, a nice guidebook to it, explaining which of, you know, what the cards do exactly or what they mean, because again, I don't know anything about tarot, so I think that's very nice. And the additional sort of art book I think is fantastic overall. Love the various styles that the characters are drawn in, and it does show, you know, some moments from the series, which I think is very nice. And yeah, of course, my favorite is the Belderud one as the Emperor. I think he looks so handsome in that art style. But yeah, all of the all of the art styles in this are fantastic. They're varied. And yeah, so if you like tarot, you know, I feel like this is a good pickup overall. Unfortunately, I think they're done with their leftover sales, but yeah, overall, gorgeous, gorgeous tarot card sort of project that they did, and very happy to add this again to my witchhatatelier collection. So that overall concludes this massive merch haul. I'm going to have a hell of a time editing this, and I don't know what I'm going to do for some of the sections of the Zines, because I do have like a lot of merch to go through, and I want to show, you know, some B-roll of it. So I don't know if I talked a lot throughout the parts, but you know, I might have to either really speed up some parts, or I'll just have to, you know, play, you know, the B-roll over some music. So that's for future me to figure out while editing this. But yeah, so, you know, I'm very excited to at least show off some merch that I picked up. There are some very gorgeous, like, art books and Zines and merch from independent artists. So yes, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this probably very, very long video. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night wherever you are, and take it easy. Goodbye! So of course, before I end the video, I would like to give a shout out to my Sakura supporter patrons, and that includes Simon Ta. Thank you so much again for taking the time to donate to my Patreon, and I hope you do like the art piece that I made for you. So yes, I wish you all the best. And yeah, that overall concludes the video at this point, so I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night wherever you are, and once again, take it easy. Goodbye!